Nikki Tapper.
BBC Radio WM.
cedarhope.co is a new website that's been launched here in Birmingham to help Brummies get jobs. It's an initiative that's been established by Cedar Church pastor Andrew Kasumba, and I'm very pleased to say that Pastor Kasumba joins me now. Do you want me to say Pastor Kasumba or Andrew?
Andrew's fine.
Hello,
but
Andrew.
Kasumba's fine too. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm really well, Nikki. How are you?
Well, I have. You know what? I'm better.
You won't remember this, but you treated me so well. Years ago, Easter 2017, I brought you Maltesers. Joe was very jealous. And a vinyl record. I don't know if you remember
yes.
that.
Oh, my God. You know what? When I suddenly saw Cedar Hope, I thought, it feels like it rings a bell. Look at that. Yes. And I've still got that. I've still got my vinyl, you see. I'm old school. To the point that I'm even actually thinking, I'm going to have to go and get a little old record player.
You should. They're back in fashion.
To me. Oh, well, thank you so much. Oh. Memories.
There you go.
But it's a joy that you're still in terms of your faith and obviously you pastoring. But tell us then about this initiative to support people mainly here in Birmingham to get jobs.
Well, it's a tough time, isn't it? Tough old time. People losing their jobs, people furloughed, everything locked down. And we wanted to bring some hope again to all the community. And we thought, yes, we've done the food parcels and food banks, but we wanted to give something a little bit more long-term. So what can a church do? Church is like the salt, salt of the earth. And, salt brings out the flavor in food. We thought church should be there to bring out the flavors, the good things in the community. There are many good businesses and people willing to help those wanting to get into the world of work or they're in between jobs, many mentors and business people in our city. So this website, which is actually linked to our app, we've got a church app, Nikki. Can you believe that? We developed an app so people can have it in the palm of their hand. You go to the community tab on the app, Cedar Church Birmingham, which is free to download on the App Store and Google Play. You can click Hope Again and you can find jobs. You can advertise what you're doing, invest in opportunities, train, hire. There are offers there every day. Everybody from the new HS2 that's going on, the Commonwealth Games 2022, the new census coming up, the council, the NHS, local businesses. There's so many things on there, including the West Midlands Combined Authority have all sorts of offers all across the West Midlands. So it's right in the palm of your hand. The website is the 3wcedarhope.com if you want to go straight to the website. And there's information on there. There's a featured page, a digital notice board where you can put on what you're doing, and it just helps people get a foot in the right direction. And it's good. I mean, I laugh only because it sounds as though we shouldn't be laughing that a church has got up with, in terms of technology and has got an app. But you wouldn't, for most people, when they think of church, that's probably not the first thing that comes to them. But I know you mentioned there the West Midlands Combined Authority, of which the West Midlands Mayor Andy Street is, in a sense, the chief exec of. So tell us about how he's got involved with you as well. So we had one of these meetings that we had. He has so many meetings, Andy's busy man. But we were discussing with a group of community leaders how to help the community at a time like this. And that was mentioned, why don't churches think about doing that? So actually Andy came along at Christmas and he helped us. So we had an outdoor event, COVID-friendly, COVID secure, and we launched this initiative with him. So it's actually quite fresh. It's been going a few months now. And along with Neil DaCosta, who heads up our neighborhood network scheme, we're able to just get this website running, up and running with the help of some local business managers, a bank manager who's helped us, and also there are other mentors from the botanical gardens and so on, people willing to give their time to help people, with their interview techniques. And there's a great company called DigiKick. They help people become more confident online. So if you're kind of in the digital wilderness, they help you courses from beginners all the way up to advanced. and that helps people get into this new world of technology.
Yeah, and I gather they can again access that from the website. But let me just ask you something though about that you're saying you want to do something for the community, and I'm asking this in light of the fact we've already had this conversation last week, and we will of course here on Sunday Night with Nikki Tapper in a sense address it again, and it's something that's really been on my mind about those churches, in particular if they're black majority church or multicultural churches, opening their doors to the community in the sense of becoming like a vaccine centre, or at least having some type of outreach. Is that something that's also crossed your mind, as well as saying, here, let's have some way that you can get involved job-wise?
Well, absolutely, yeah. You've hit on something really important there. Right from the beginning, we signed up as COVID champions with Public Health Birmingham, and we've been trying to spread positive messages and the correct information for people. I think our building has been discounted because I think the area we could use is carpeted and it needs to be a hard surface. But we're still on that tab I told you, the community tab. We've got a health section, and on that health section we've got a story of a doctor who was he's of African descent, got very ill with COVID, recovered. He's working with the NHS. He's just got his first dose of the vaccine, explaining how on balance taking the vaccine is our best defense against this virus. And as I mentioned perhaps to you, that my dad was a doctor, my mum was a pharmacist, so I know if they were alive, they'd be encouraging people just to take advantage of this. And on the Health and Wellbeing tab, you can go straight to the Birmingham and Solihull page where they have information. This month, Nikki, they've got 5 dates, a panel that's willing to answer questions that people have about the vaccine. The dates, I think, are the 4th, the 9th, the 11th, the 24th, and the 25th. And you can sign up for your area, north, south, east, west, or central. The information is on there. And you can go and ask any questions that you have in relation to the vaccine, and all the myths are hopefully going to be busted, and people will get the correct information about how this can really help. I know people are nervous. It hasn't been tested over a long period of time. But you mentioned baggy pants, didn't you?
Well, yeah, that's because the reason why.
Nikki, we've got a saying in our house, and I'm going to say it. Yeah. We say, listen, take off your negative knickers and put on your positive pants. Because nobody knows really the full extent of, what's going to happen in a year's time, 2 years' time. But, being a people of faith and people who respect life and love, this is probably the best, on balance, the best option we have. And you're more likely, the vaccine isn't given to prevent you from contracting the virus, but it is to prevent you becoming seriously ill and dying. And you're more likely to get seriously ill and die from contracting COVID than you are from the vaccine, on balance. So that's the advice that we're giving people in the palm of their hand.
Well, it's a pleasure again to speak to you, Andrew, and to hear of the positive work that you do in the community. So again, just to reiterate and go over what you said. Initially, you have this wonderful website that is about helping many in the community, and this is now not just Birmingham, but this is across the West Midlands.
That's correct.
Look for the particular jobs through various companies and other community initiatives, corporates who've put their job vacancies and initiatives on it.
Yeah, indeed, yes, absolutely.
And can you remind, and again, thankfully, which was great of you saying that although you may not have been able to have your building open, you have put there is a health and wellbeing tab on the website as well. And
so what is it? Actually, I'll just clarify. On our app, so this church app, which is available on the App Store, Cedar Church Birmingham, if you download the app and go to the community page, Nikki, on there you'll find all of these things. You'll find the Hope Again initiative that you just mentioned. You'll find something about health and well-being. You'll find this story of the doctor that I mentioned, a little video of him, something from Public Health Birmingham about the importance of taking vitamin D and getting some sunshine and immunity in your life. So it's all in one place.
Did you just say sunshine?
Yes. In the sunshine.
Okay, thank you. In sunshine in your street, because obviously we don't see that much of it in this season.
No, that's why we need to take the vitamin D and the benefits of doing that. So whilst you're waiting for the vaccine, you can be taking some responsibility for your own immunity, your own health, in the best way you can. So these links from this community page take you directly to public health information that is accurate, and it's by respected people in our community who are health officials. So
Excellent.
everything is in the palm of your hand from the app. That's what we've wanted to do, make it easy for people to access.
Thank you ever so much. So we've got the website, cedarhope.com, but do go to download the app from your particular stores in the ways that you can do it on your Android or
Cedar Church,
iPhone.
Birmingham. Yeah.
Cedar Church, Birmingham. And one final question that I want to ask you is, my talking point as such this evening is, what have you found yourself doing that wasn't part of your original career plan? And so... was becoming a pastor part of your original career plan?
Never. Nikki, I was a naughty little boy. I had no hope of becoming a pastor, I don't think. But, with the right mentoring, the family that I'm from, they really put faith into me, and they put taking personal responsibility. And the biggest thing that happened to me when my father passed away is I started asking the bigger questions: what happens to you when you die? When I was 13 years old, I made the biggest decision, which was to start a relationship with a very real Savior who gave me value, Jesus Christ, and said, I'm important, I can do things, I can help people, I can give my life for others. And that's been the greatest change. And so that was an interesting thing, because I'm a qualified architect, actually, and I never thought I would ever be a pastor looking after people. But it's the joy of my life, and on this app I mentioned, there's so many other things that are on there, music videos. Actually, your interview from back in Easter 2017 is on the app in the special features section.
I've got to stop sending you them 50p's. This is getting silly now.
So
bless you.
I didn't ever think I'd ever meet the people like yourself who are doing, and thank you, Nikki, for what you're doing. Your program, bringing joy to people, bringing hope to people, and doing it week in, week out, it just helps us all to get through these difficult times. So it's a pleasure to be doing what I'm doing.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Very, very timely words from you there. If you never know. Well, Andrew, bless you. Thank you very much. Pastor Andrew Kasumba from the Cedar Church, Birmingham, with their church website, but more importantly, again, the app where you can download information with regard to jobs from across the West Midlands. Please do go and check it out. Many thanks to you again, Andrew. Take care.
Thank you, Nikki. Take care.